So, have you ever felt like the financial system, with all the hidden fees, the slow transfers, and honestly, just how confusing it can be? Like it wasn't really built with regular people in mind.
Oh, absolutely. It's a really common frustration, isn't it? Especially now, you see costs going up, and it often feels like you don't have much control, like your money's tied up in these opaque systems.
Exactly. It kind of makes me wonder, are there people out there actually trying to, change that, to flip the script?
Well, yeah. There are definitely leaders challenging that status quo.
And today, that's what you're going to dive into. We're looking at the vision of Marshall Hayner, who's the CEO of Metallicus.
Right.
Our goal here is really to unpack what he's trying to do, his ambitious plan for finance, and see how Metallicus is using blockchain tools. Tools, they say, prioritize transparency, access, and importantly, compliance.
Yeah, they're really aiming to redefine how we deal with money.
So what's the core idea? What makes their approach stand out?
Well, what's interesting from, the material we looked at is their fundamental philosophy. A lot of crypto projects focus on, say, speculation or maybe very niche uses.
Right, like trading tokens or NFTs or something.
Exactly. But Metallicus seems to view blockchain differently. They see it as a chance to actually fix some of the things that are broken in traditional finance.
Okay, that's a really key point then. It's not just about digital money for its own sake.
No, it seems much more foundational.
It's about giving people, real control back, lowering barriers so more people can participate, and making the whole thing fairer.
That seems to be the driving principle, using crypto and blockchain as a solution for everyday financial problems. And that perspective shift, well, that's where it gets really compelling for a lot of observers.
Okay, so if the big idea is making finance fair and transparent, how are they actually, building it? How is Metallicus, under Hayner's vision, putting these pieces together? What do the sources say?
Right. So it looks like a multi-layered approach, really starting at the foundation.
The foundation.
Yeah. The core of their system is something called metal blockchain. And our research shows it's what's known as a layer zero protocol.
Layer zero. Okay. What does that mean in practical terms? Is it like Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Not exactly. Think of it less like a single chain and more like the fundamental plumbing, or maybe like the internet's core protocols like TCP/IP that everything else runs on.
Okay. So it's the base layer that allows other things, other blockchains, apps, financial services to be built on top and interact.
Precisely. It's designed for that kind of flexibility and interoperability. And that design choice is crucial because it lets them integrate more deeply with the financial systems we already use.
And that integration piece feels huge, doesn't it? Because often the problem with new tech, especially in finance, is getting it to talk to the old systems.
Exactly. Bridging that gap is critical for adoption.
So how are they doing that? How does Metallicus connect blockchain to, my bank account or credit card?
Well, that's where their focus on real-world integrations comes in. The sources highlight their work connecting with the ACH network.
Okay, that's for direct deposits and paying bills, right? The standard bank transfer system.
That's the one. And also standard credit card processing. That's pretty significant.
Why is that so significant?
Because it means users could potentially move between regular dollars and blockchain-based assets much more easily without needing complex steps or paying high fees to get money in and out.
So depositing money from your bank straight into a blockchain wallet or spending crypto with a card just like normal money.
That seems to be the vision. It removes a major point of friction.
Yeah, that makes sense. If it's easy, people might actually use it.
Yeah.
But what about the rules? Compliance is always a big question mark in crypto. How do they handle that while trying to be accessible?
That's actually a core part of Marshall Hayner's vision, according to our sources. They aren't just reacting to regulations. They seem to be building with compliance in mind from the start.
Building it in rather than adding it on later.
Exactly. Using strong Know Your Customer, or KYC, and anti-money laundering AML processes, things designed to meet global standards. The idea is to create something regulators can actually get comfortable with, something viable for mainstream use.
And that layer zero structure helps with that.
It seems so, yes.
Right.
It allows them to embed these compliance features right at the base level, making the whole system inherently more manageable from a regulatory standpoint.
Okay, so compliance is baked in. What about transparency for the user? You mentioned traditional finance is often opaque.
Right. And here, the sources point to the use of auditable on-chain records. Because it's blockchain, every transaction, every movement is recorded on a ledger that's, basically tamper-proof and visible.
Unlike a bank's private internal ledger.
Correct. Plus, they're reportedly building tools to show fees clearly, in real time, cutting through those hidden charges we often see.
Which builds trust, presumably, if you can see exactly what's happening.
That's the idea. That level of transparency makes it much easier for people to navigate and feel in control.
And that ties back to that idea of liberation we mentioned earlier. Seeing where your money goes, what it costs, that's power.
It really is. And the ultimate goal, as it's often described, is to weave all these values, transparency, accessibility, compliance together into what they're calling the digital banking network.
Okay, so let's sort of pull this all together as we wrap up.
Sure.
Metallicus, using their metal blockchain layer 0 as a base, is trying to build this bridge, integrating with existing finance like ACH and cards, but doing it with compliance and transparency built in from the ground up.
Right, creating this digital banking network.
And the bigger picture here, the so what of all this, what is it?
Well, connecting it back, it seems to be about more than just technology. It's about trying to build a financial system that's maybe grounded more in trust in certain values, one that aims to serve everyone, not just, the top few.
And the sources paint Marshall Hayner's leadership in that light. Ethical, visionary.
Yes, consistently described that way. Driven by this core belief that financial innovation should fundamentally liberate people, not exploit them.
Liberate, not exploit. That's definitely a powerful concept. So maybe here's something for you, the listener, to think about after this deep dive.
Yeah.
If financial innovation really does aim to liberate rather than exploit, what specific changes, maybe even beyond what we discussed, do you think would make the biggest difference to the financial lives of people you know? And how might these ideas like financial freedom or blockchain for good, concepts we see floating around this space, actually reshape our economy in the years ahead?
Good questions to ponder. How could it really change things on the ground?
Exactly. Something to chew on.